Welcome back, Deadites and Ghost Beaters, and I think we're going to have our final look at the character perks, the character models before the PTB actually drops on August the 16th, and we're going to take a hop over there in just a second. But before they do that, if you like this Dead by Daylight content, please drop a like and a comment on the video. It really does help. Of course, smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell for all Evil Dead and horror related content. And we're going to start with the survivors first, and then we'll finally wrap up with the main star of this, at least in my opinion, killer, of course, Albert Wesker. We're going to start with Rebecca Chambers, the perky stars member from Resident Evil 1, who was part of the team that, stormed Spencer Mansion, and of course, the star of Resident Evil 0. And as you can see here, we show her character models, and she's looking great. We get 4 different looks at Rebecca. We get the thumbs up, the thinking pose, her with her hand behind her back, and of course, the reverse look, so you can see what it's going to look like when you're running away from killers with rescue on her back, as she is a medic. And then of course we get to look at all of her perks, and that's going to start with her first perk, Hyper Focus. You throw yourself entirely into your task and find a way to be more effective than anyone else. After hitting a great skill check while repairing a gen or healing, this perk gains 1 token, up to 6 tokens. Each token increases the chance to skill check by 2%, the skill check cursor speed by 4%, and the bonus progression great skill checks by 30% on its base value. Wow. The perk tosses all tokens in a case out of normal skill check success, skill check fails, or the action to stop by any means. So that's pretty solid. Her next perk, Reassurance. Your presence helps allies focus, assuaging the panic associated with extreme conditions. When within 6-meter radius around a hooked survivor, use the active ability button to pause their struggle progression by 30 seconds. If they're on struggle phase, it also pauses the struggle skill checks. Reassurance has a 40-second cooldown, so that's pretty awesome if you're trying to save someone in the end and you just want to get there right before they get consumed by the entity. And her final perk is Better Than New. You are the expert in combat medicine. Patients leave your care reinvigorated. Upon completing a healing action on another survivor, the targeted survivor gains 6% speed boost to repairing generators, healing, opening chests, and cleansing totems for the next 35 seconds. Pretty awesome. And that is the maximum level for all 3 perks. Now we'll hop over to survivor number 2, Ada Wong from Resident Evil starving fandom and the star of every Twitter post since Resident Evil Chapter 20. We have just her forward and her backside pics for this one. We don't have as many captures as we do for lovely Rebecca, but you can see the nice red cocktail dress with the choker, the classic Ada Wong look, and we'll go over her 3 perks. Her first one is called Wiretap. You know the best way to stay one step ahead is to keep tabs on all competition. After repairing generators for a total of 33%, this perk activates. After repairing a generator for at least 3 seconds, press the ability 1 to install a wiretap, which stays active for 80 seconds. The aura of trap generators are revealed in yellow to all survivors. When the killer enters within 14 meters of the trap generator, the aura is revealed to all survivors. Damaging the generator destroys the wiretap. Okay, so it kind of is like an aura reading ability with generators, which is a little weird, but alright. Her second perk is called Low Profile. You work best alone when it's just you and your pursuer and you know how to disappear. When you become the last survivor, this perk activates and hides your scratch marks and pools of blood for 90 seconds. Well, that's pretty cool. And her final one is called Reactive Healing. The more the situation becomes compromised, the more determined you become to complete the operation. Fortune cookie. When another survivor loses a health state in a 32-meter radius around you while you are injured, instantly increase your healing progression 35% of the missing healing progression. So basically, if someone loses a heal state around you inside your 32-meter aura and you're progressing, you then speed up on your final progression of your own individual healing. That's a weird one. I'm not really sure how I feel about her perks. They seem a little underwhelming compared to Rebecca's and very underwhelming compared to what we're going to see with Albert. We're going to start with the 3 character models for Wesker, and it's all about taking off his glasses. You see his red eyes, putting his glasses on, and then, of course, his full, body render with the knife. And we're going to go over Virulent Bound Wesker's power, the Mastermind can barrel forward, infecting survivors with Ouroboros virus or leaping over obstacles. Press and hold the power button to charge a bound attack. While charging, the Mastermind moves slightly slower as he prepares his strike. When charged, press the attack button to bound. If the Mastermind hits a survivor, that survivor becomes infected or further infected. Should the Mastermind crash into something during this bound, he will slam the survivor, causing damage. If not, the survivor is thrown, losing a health state if they are thrown into any solid object. If Virulent Bound hits a dropped pallet or vault location, the Mastermind vaults over the obstacle. Special effect, Ouroboros infection. Upon being hit by the Virulent Bound, survivors become infected. Infection builds over time, and when fully infected, the survivor suffers from hindered effect. If the Virulent Bound grabs and slams a survivor while they are fully infected, the Mastermind will automatically carry them. Special interactions, which is Field Aid Spray, which will be used multiple times to help heal. Easy peasy. Now, of course, let's take a look at his perks. And the first one starts with Superior Anatomy. Decades of research have culminated in you something faster, stronger, more dangerous than any human. When a survivor performs a fast vault within 8 meters of you, this perk activates. Next time you vault a window, your vaulting speed is increased by 40 per second. This perk has a 30-second cooldown. And I can see this being very helpful in a lot of chase builds. The next one is called Awakened Awareness. Your genes have been altered to heighten your senses of intense situations. When carrying a survivor, you can see the aura of survivors within 20 meters of your position. Auras revealed that way stay visible for 2 seconds after you stop carrying. So it's like free barbecue and chili while carrying to the hook. And the final one, this one's going to be super popular, is Terminus. Your brilliant tactician who prepares for every eventuality. When the exit gates are powered, this perk activates while all Terminus is active. Injured, downed, and hooked survivors are inflicted with broken status effect until the gates are open. When the exit gates are open, survivors stay broken for an additional 30 seconds. As an endgame player, I'm going to love having Terminus on lots of characters. And there you have it. This is the breakdown, the final look, the direct pictures and screenshots of what all perks and characters look like. And other than maybe something new on the PTB, there shouldn't be a lot more Project W information to come out. What do you think of the 3 characters? Do you still think Wesker's gonna be wicked broken? Because I sure do. I think he is shaping up to be the best killer out of the box that we have ever had in this game, and maybe dominant meta force that we haven't seen in quite some time. As always, thanks for watching, and later, mates.